大家好，我是青青。今天我们继续《火焰纹章之风花雪月》的第17期。那在开始之前呢，我们先来看一下小伙伴们的支援剧情吧。嘟嘟和英古利特的支援等级达到了 B。
Are you injured?
Dudu, saving the day again?
Apologies.
I'm the one who owes you an apology. You've saved my life how many times now? If I keep being so callous, I'll seem ungrateful.
No matter.
But...
I'm accustomed to it.
I'm sorry, Dudu.
Why?
Because the way I speak to you is unnecessarily harsh. The truth of it is, I lost someone very dear to me in Dusker. The punishment came swift to your people, and when I heard of the slaughters, well, I thought it was a punishment well earned. I thought the people cruel and heartless, deserving of the tragedy that ultimately befell them.
因为这个英古利特他的未婚夫啊，古莲，就是死在达斯卡悲剧之中的。那么这个古莲呢，也是菲利克斯的哥哥。
But you're different. You seem nothing like the people of whom I speak. So why not speak back against how I and so many others feel? Why not question this unfair prejudice and tell me I haven't the right to hold a grudge against you? If you just speak to me, if you tell me the truth about all of this.
I do not know the truth of it myself. His Highness says the tragedy was not the fault of my people. But just like anywhere, there were many different people in Dusker. Some very good, and others very bad. It is not unimaginable that some may have conspired to take part in that wickedness. Perhaps we are merely victims. Or perhaps we are regicidal monsters.
Whatever the truth of it is, you are not to blame. The people I hate are the ones who are responsible for that whole mess. You just got caught up in all of it.
Ingrid.
You've rushed to my side. You've saved me countless times. I am sorry for how I've treated you. Truly.
If you think of me as your ally, that will suffice. For me, that is enough.
亚修和菲利克斯。
I must have left it in the library. Oh, is that Felix? Hey, Felix. This is a surprise. I didn't think you had much interest in books. I'm already finished with that one. You can borrow it if you'd like.
No need. I was just curious who it belonged to.
Why not read a few pages at least while you've got it open? I think you'd really like it. The plot is pretty different from a typical knight's tale, but it's still really good. Do you like stories about adventure and chivalry?
No, I despise them.
Yeah, well, have you tried reading any? You might find them really interesting. I know I do.
What do you find so interesting?
Well, for one thing, the knights in these stories are always gallant and brave. And they always value things like friendship, loyalty, and justice. That's the kind of knight I want to be.
Ridiculous. Friendship, loyalty, justice. Only fools allow their lives to be ruled by such nonsense. Fools who get themselves killed for nothing. Only to be celebrated as heroes in books like this. Writers of these stories are worse than tyrants. They seize control of people's thoughts.
That's a little much. I was only interested in...
I don't care. Such blind enthusiasm is dangerous. Be more moderate in your passions.
You know something, Felix? You are exactly like the knight in this story.
Excuse me?
On the surface, he's sarcastic and intimidating, but underneath, he's kind and cares for his friends. In the end, they become heroes together and conquer all obstacles.
Disgusting. Stop looking at me like that.
Oh, see, right there. That's just what I mean. You sound exactly like him. I'm going to lend you this book, really, I insist. Just give it a read, all right? Trust me, and you can tell me what you think when you're done.
Why is this happening?
我发现亚修他不管跟谁的剧情啊，都很甜，都很好磕。
Hey, Annette, hitting the magic books again? Has anyone ever told you that you're pretty cute when you're studying?
Sorry, Sylvain, but I'm trying to think right now. Could you keep quiet for a bit?
How can you stay focused reading a book that thick? With such small print? Is some of that text upside down?
If I use the formula in this line here, the magical energy should... No, that's not right.
You're even cuter when you're working through a difficult problem.
Sylvain, I'm serious. Please be quiet.
Hang on. Look at the third line. You've got the formula wrong.
I said be... Oh, you're right. How did you know that?
Well, I mean, it's written right there.
Most people wouldn't be able to grasp this formula just by glancing at it. Have you read this book before?
Nope, this is the first time. Okay, now that I look at it... Wow, this book makes things way more complicated than they need to be.
And what's your take on this part here?
It's just describing another application for the same formula. Ha! This is pretty easy.
You know, you're actually kind of amazing. I've been studying magic for a while now, but even I have trouble with this stuff. You act like all you do is mess around, but are you actually working really hard in secret?
Nah, hanging out with girls is way more fun. I guess I just picked this stuff up somewhere. Life is short, Annette. If you waste it working hard, it'll be over before you know it. Get out in the world. Have some fun.
That's easy for you to say. You're strong and smart without even trying. It's not fair. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be rude.
No, I was just thinking you're pretty cute when you're sulking. You know that?
What is wrong with you?
Hey, I just got lucky with that stuff in the book. I'd normally never be able to outsmart you. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here and leave you to it.
Got lucky, huh? I'm not so sure about that. Well, that does it. It might be tough, but I won't accept second place. Let's go, me. I can do this. I'm gonna finish this whole book before sundown.
小凡呢？大家看他是个海王啊，肯定觉得他应该跟很多女孩子都有结婚结局吧？但是并不是啊，他反而是所有男生之中啊，可选择面最少的。因为他是个海王，所以女孩子们都很讨厌他。大家看，他跟雅尼特根本就没有这个结婚的可能啊。一般来说呢，在一个学籍里面的男生啊，跟本学籍的女生都是有结婚结局的，就小凡没有。你像亚修、菲利克斯、嘟嘟还有蒂米托利啊，他们跟就是我们学籍其他3个女孩子都有结婚结局啊。小凡少了一个雅尼特，你看他跟黑鹫的这些可结婚结局是非常少的。我们换一个啊，换一个甜甜的亚修，你看他本学籍的3个女孩子都能结婚啊。黑鹫还有金鹿啊，女孩子也都能结婚啊。可怜的小凡啊，因为他自己是海王，所以被嫌弃啦。我们来考一下，我的话可以考高级了，但是我的中级职业还没有等级还没有满啊，所以我们满了之后再考高级。嘟嘟可以考中级了，中级就先考吧。初级的你就算职业属性满了，好像也没有什么特别好的特技送给你啊。嘟嘟，土匪。
past.
菲利克斯啊，菲利克斯的话，直接从贵族转成佣兵吗？怎么？哦，没有准考证了，缺一张终极准考证，一张。2张，因古利特的话也要考啊，缺2张。来2张终极考试准考证。顺便我们来买一些宝箱钥匙吧。来2个宝箱钥匙。门扉钥匙来一个。继续接着考。刚才说到因古利特，因古利特的话呢，可以直接考飞马骑士了。要是我们之前那场拯救达斯卡人民的战斗，我们当中有这个飞马骑士的话，那肯定是打得更好。因为飞马骑士是无视障碍啊，可以在空中飞行的，行动力是非常牛逼的。
I must continue to work hard.
菲利克斯的话，老老实实的做佣兵吧。
Easy.
补充一下战力，顺便到打铁铺来打一下亚修的装备啊，他的钢弓。今天的话呢，我们就继续散步啊，因为大家好像都没有什么干劲了。苏蒂斯
Oh my. Just one small girl who's gone astray has caused all that. We cannot now ask.
我都忘了福莲还失踪了呢，先不要管他。现在我们的行动点已经有6点了，先去这个温室。种了3个草本植物的种子。摩尔菲斯产的种子，来，壮骨粉。接着呢，我们去唱唱歌。看一下让谁唱啊？让小王子和梅赛德斯。
It is not guaranteed to be good, even if everyone sings earnestly. It is not easy after all.
I hope this song reaches the goddess's ears.
我跟梅斯的好感达到了 B 级啊，待会儿看看去哪里找他。来了这儿，顺便找一下雷亚啊。雷亚的话，他之前一直都在他自己的办公室啊，很少见他居然在大教堂。
Professor, have you still not found any leads regarding Flane's whereabouts? I have looked everywhere. Not even the knights on guard have seen anything of note.
你竟然亲自去搜
I
索，
too care for Flame. She is like family to me.
毕竟他们头发的
May the
颜色
goddess
很像。
protect dear Flame until she returns to us.
叫职员严肃。
I still have much to learn.
接着呢，我们就去食堂。今日菜单。 这，哎，这个的话是，看一下小王子，小王子和英古丽特吧。 布鲁赞，让小王子跟雅尼特。
Oh, this takes me back. I used to love this when I was a child.
Ooh, I love this stuff. Did you know that?
接下去呢，让谢尔凡和英古丽特。
Yeah, you just get it, Professor. This is my favorite.
I appreciate any good meal, but nothing beats enjoying my favorite food.
还有杜杜。哎，哦，他们之间的话都可以提升了。我看一下杜杜，这个免费的饭，我们请杜杜和梅赛德斯一起吃。
I know. Let's have tea together after our meal.
Let us eat.
看一下他们之间的支援等级啊，小王子跟雅尼特已经到 B 级了。
I have a little favor to ask of you.
Of course. How may I be of assistance?
Well, I was hoping you could tell me about my father. I imagine he was a very different man at home than he was at work.
Ah, so you wish to hear about the Gustav that I knew. As you know, he was a knight who served the royal family since my grandfather's reign. To me, he was a teacher of martial arts and tactics. He was someone I depended on since I was a small child. But he was also a very stern and strict instructor.
That doesn't surprise me. He was much the same at home. He'd chide us if we made mistakes, whether it was with cooking or even how we spoke.
Is that so? Funny. I suppose in front of his family he felt the need to demonstrate proper etiquette.
Wait, are you saying that's not how he was around you?
Even all these years later, there's something I recall with perfect clarity. It happened in the autumn of my 11th year. Before the break of dawn, he woke me suddenly, said he'd heard a disturbance and had me grab my bow. Then he set me and a fellow pupil loose on a dark mountain. Our only directive was to go catch a deer. As you well know, autumn in the capital is very cold. Now, Imagine being up on the mountain at night with no idea what might jump out from the shadows. That, in a nutshell, is the Gustav I knew.
I can hardly imagine that. He was completely different with me.
I recall one other defining detail. He used to speak of you at every possible opportunity.
Really? What would he say about me?
Are you sure you want to know? There's one story he used to tell from when you were very small.
No, stop! It's probably too embarrassing to bear. Is it?
Perhaps.
Look, I'll promise to forget the stories he told me about you if you return the favor. Deal?
Yes, that seems the only thing to do. It's a promise.
这个雅尼特呢，经常跟小王子一起讨论关于他爹的事情啊。小凡跟英古丽特。
That was quite a sigh. What's wrong, Ingrid?
Tell me, Sylvain, what am I to you?
You're my friend. One of my oldest, in fact.
An old friend, is it? Then why must I clean up the casualties left behind by your skirt chasing?
Nobody asked you to do that. Heck, I thought you enjoyed it. Besides, you're real good at it. I'm excited to continue working with you.
Do you mean to imply you have no intention of acting a bit more respectably?
Please don't yell like that. Everybody's staring at us.
When you were 8, you came on to my sweet, sweet granny.
My
granny!
Come on. I was 8 and she was That was a long time ago.
Sylvain hit on Ingrid's grandmother? Wow.
People can hear you. Please be quiet.
When you were 10, we went to that harvest festival, and you started making eyes at a scarecrow.
A scarecrow?
双插图吗？小凡牛逼啊
Wait a second. That was just an accident. A tragic, tragic accident.
When you were 15, you sought, relentlessly might I add, to involve yourself with Lord Gwendol's daughter. Who do you suppose made peace with the furious Lord despite having nothing to do with it? Me. Always me, always for you. Every time.
What a jerk. You know what? This conversation is over. I'm done.
My point is that this has to end. Not later, but now.
Fine. I promise I'll try to change. Are you happy now?
把谢尔凡的内裤都揭了，什么8岁的时候啊，什么追求他的老祖母，谢尔凡真的牛逼啊，这个人真的牛逼。还剩下1点的行动点数啊，我们先到自己的房间里来。梅斯有事找我们。
You there, youngster? Won't you listen to this old man's troubles? I was born and raised right here in this town. I spent my whole life here. My daughter lives in the Empire, and she sent me a letter to ask if I was keeping up with my daily worship.
Well, hello there, Professor. Is this a friend of yours?
不是。
Is that so? I was sure you two knew each other. Is there something we can do for you, good sir?
Oh, what a lovely young lady. I was just telling this kind soul a story.
Really? What's troubling you?
Well, I was thinking of going to daily prayer, but my leg's been acting up and I can't walk properly.
How terrible. That's no good at all. May I be of assistance? I'd be happy to lend a shoulder and escort you to the chapel.
Would you? Oh, I'd be most grateful to you. Thank the goddess for sending this young lady to me today.
We'll need your help too, Professor. Here, sir, take my arm.
给老爷子买辆轮椅吧。
You really seem to appreciate our assistance.
你也帮了我大忙啊。
I don't think I did anything particularly deserving of praise. I'm just happy that I could help. You did a great job cheering him up on your own. Putting a smile on someone's face always seems to brighten up the day. Is something wrong? You're giving me a strange look.
为什么你知道老先生有烦恼啊？
Oh, how should I put this? I suppose it's just second nature to me.
习惯了吗？
It's difficult to describe, but I can usually tell when someone is worried about something. Back there, I could tell that both you and the old man were in distress. I spent a good amount of my life living in the church. Maybe that's why I'm so good at identifying these things?
生活在教会里。
Did I not mention that before? I spent nearly 10 years of my life in the Church of Fargus. Many came to us with their troubles. In my own time of need, I once ran to the church myself, and they helped me. May I share something with you, Professor? It's about a dream of mine.
什么梦想呢？说出你的梦想啊！梅斯果然是一个知心大姐姐。
I'd like to work in the church one day. I want to be like the priest who helped me. Never mind. It's not a very realistic dream. Please forget I said anything. If I were someone else, perhaps a commoner without a crest or stature, maybe things would be different. It's a bit sad, but this is the way things have to be. After all, only the goddess can decide our fates.
美斯是一个非常虔诚的教徒啊。可以看到，我们选女主角的话呢，如果我们想搞基的话呢，只能跟梅斯一起啊。雅尼特跟伊古丽特的话，他们是直女。还剩一点的行动点数，我们找一下老爹啊。 找一下老爹，跟他学习一下这个指挥的技能。
Because of flames, but we haven't found. What's that? She was carrying something. I'm not clear.
还这个对话，教职员研修来。好，我们可以回去啦。
That was helpful coaching. That... all due to your coaching. Each new experience is an asset. Thanks. I'm a bit embarrassed.
技巧加4，学马术的话可以学技巧的，技巧可以加4。
I answered correctly. No need for praise. I appreciate your efforts.
杜杜的指导等级要提升上来，因为上次我们获得了一个骑士团啊，要求他的指挥达到 B 级才能配备啊，不能给丢丢用。梅斯。
Yes, very good. This isn't so hard. Thank you, Professor. I'm sure I'll get it again next time. Yeah.
特。
Yes, that's it. Thanks.
That was.
好了，3次机会呢已经用光了，不是3次了，是不是3次
Professor，
他要学枪术和飞行，不学枪术和指挥了，真的吗？可以啊，可以调整一下。他的飞行确实要提升一下了。
Here is the result.
I'm really getting the hang of this.
支援信息，嘟嘟和雅尼特已经到 B 级了。
Hi, Dudu. I wanted to thank you again for helping me out the other day. Everything was ready in time for dinner, and we all agreed the food was really tasty.
I barely did anything.
That's silly talk. With just a few ingredients, you made an amazing meal. I could never have done it, no way. You deserve all the praise in the world.
I still have much to learn. Truly delicious food brings a smile to people's faces. Until I see His Highness smile in that way, I will spare no effort to improve.
Well, if that's your aim, you're in luck. I've seen him shovel in your food with gusto. You must be really ambitious if you're not satisfied with that meal. I'd love for you to teach me your ways. I want to be a great cook too.
Your skills are not the problem. You merely make errors of negligence.
Well, sure, I know that. But how can I stop making those errors? No matter how hard I try, I always seem to mess things up. The pan explodes when I cook. I forget my purse when I go shopping. That's just how life is for a scatterbrain like me. Just the other day, I was nearly laughed off the training ground for wearing mismatched shoes. My uncle used to sigh in despair when he saw me messing something up.
You simply fail to pay attention to your surroundings. Ensure the pan is on the flame and that the knives are put away properly. Look at yourself in the mirror before you go out to make certain you have what you need. Everyone makes mistakes, but yours should be easy enough to correct.
That's all great advice. Thank you, Dudu. You really have a kind heart. At first I thought you were so stern all the time.
Am I that imposing?
Well, a bit. Maybe if you smiled sometimes. All you have to do is lift up the corners of your mouth. Like this. See?
I see. I will try it.
丢丢还是蛮可爱的。那又到了一个周日，今天我们干什么呢？看一下大家。选择讲席，让汉尼曼来吧。
The glory of progress.
I can do better now.
I'm a natural.
多罗提亚的话，他是黑鹫的学生啊，那我们就不去管他了。我们整理一下持有物品啊。大金块，大金块就不要了。剑的话，我拿下这把铁剑，顺便去修一修啊，待会儿。 打铁铺，修理一下我的铁剑。顺便呢，把一些不要的东西啊，全都给它卖掉。训练用斧，训练用弓，这些的话我们都不需要。金块和大金块都给它卖掉。金块是1000块钱一块，大金块的话是5000块钱一块。我们的口袋瞬间鼓起来了。接下去一场战斗的话呢，我们是需要开宝箱的。我们的队友里面亚修是不需要这个钥匙啊，他就能开宝箱的。我们让英古利特拿一个宝箱钥匙，更改一下特技啊。剑术指挥 HP 上限加5，埋伏之阵可以哦，那我就用这几个吧。领导者的榜样，破剑者，枪术指挥移动封锁，愤怒之阵，换成技巧加4。其实移动封锁并不是很实用，我们换成破剑者吧。回复之阵，理学指挥，信仰，魔防支援 HP 上限加5。回复之针的话，它是若骑士团战力低于1/3回合开始时恢复 HP 上限的30%，这个不太用得到啊，因为我们的根据我们的难度的话，骑士团战力很不容易低于1/3啊。战绩。这些的话也是暂时不需要调整。行吧，那我们本期啊就先结束在这里，下一期的话我们就直接课题出击了。好的，我们下期再见。